Hello YouTube, it's Carrie Ann. I'm back with the last and final video for the Nava Lapghan tutorial. In the last video we did rows 1 through 10 on the 5th and final pattern in the Lapghan, and this is where we left off. So you're going to need your two colors. So I am using beige for my background and red for my color pattern. So that is color A is my background and color B is red. You will need a pair of scissors and a 5mm hook. So before we begin, I'm just going to start out with my little gratitude that I like to do before I begin crocheting any project. And I would just like to say that today I am grateful for the shoes on my feet, the clothes on my back, and the roof over my head. I am grateful for the clean water that flows freely from my faucet and the food in my cupboards. I am grateful for all of you for joining me on this tutorial. I'm grateful for all my subscribers. May you be blessed, healthy, and safe. I am grateful for all of my families, for I have many. All of my friends, may they be healthy, blessed, and safe. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started right into row number 11. And all of your written instructions are down in the description of this video for all 17 rows of this pattern in the Lapghan. So take a look at the description. Also remember that the video is time-stamped, so you can easily move through the video to get to the part that you want to see. So in row 11, we're using our color A, which is our background color, and we're going to start with our border stitch and 2 double crochets. Each row starts the same with a border stitch and 2 stitches. And depending on the row that you're in, it's either a double or singles. So there's my border stitch. And then we'll do our 2 doubles. It's 1 and 2. And then we're going to move right into our repeat stitches. And our first set of stitches is 3 doubles and 4 singles. So 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3. So there's our border stitch, our 2 doubles before our repeat stitches, and then our 3 doubles. And then we're going to do 4 singles in the back loop only. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our next set of stitches be 3 doubles and 3 singles. So your double is always in the row below. So here's my next stitch. This is where my double is going to go. So 1, 2, and 3. And now 3 singles. 1, 2, and 3. Our next set of stitches, 3 doubles, 4 singles. 1, 2, and 3. And then we have 4 single crochets. 1, 2, oops, 3, and 4. And we're going to end with 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. And those are our series of stitches. We're going to repeat that down the row 4 more times, and I'll see you at the end. Okay guys, I'm at the end of row 11, and we're going to end the row like we end all of our rows. In this row we're ending with 2 double crochets and our border stitch. So we'll go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and our border stitch. Go ahead and cut our yarn, leaving a tail. Yarn over, pull that through and tighten that up. So that's the end of row 11. And this is what you should be seeing, the end of row 11. And we're going to move on to row 12. Okay, here we are at row number 12, and we're going to start with our border stitch, going under both loops of the first stitch, pulling up a loop, move your tail out of the way, yarn over, pull that loop through and secure your yarn, and then under both loops of the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops and tighten that up a bit. So row 12 we're using our color B, which is our pattern color, and we are going to start with 2 singles. 1 and 2, and then we move into our repeat stitches between the brackets. So our first set of stitches will be 3 single crochets and 1 double. 1, 2, and 3 singles, and then 1 double. We can see our double right here. Our next set of stitches, 2 singles, 1 double. So that's 1, 2 singles, and 1 double. For your double, you're going to yarn over, drop down to the stitch below. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that was 2 singles. Our next set of stitches, we're going to do 9 single crochets and 1 double crochet. Oops. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we do 1 double crochet. And then our next set of stitches, 2 singles, 1 double. 1, 2 singles, and 1 double. And we're going to end with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that is what our stitches look like. So here are your series of stitches you will repeat. Those are the stitches between the brackets. Repeat that 4 more times and I'll see you at the end. Okay guys, I am at the end of row 12. I'm going to end with my 3 final stitches, which is 2 single crochets and my border stitch. That's 1 and 2, and then my border stitch. Cut that yarn over and pull the yarn all the way through, and that is the end of row 12, and this is what you should be seeing. So now we're going to move on to row 13. Okay guys, here we are at row 13, and we're going to be using our color A, which is our background color, and we're going to start the row with our border stitch. Border stitch and then 2 doubles are our first 3 stitches. One and 2. And then we start our repeat stitches. Our first set of stitches, we have 4 singles and 2 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4 singles, and then we have 2 doubles, which we can see where our doubles are going very clearly there. One and 2. Our next set of stitches, we have 3 singles and 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3 singles and then 5 doubles. 1, get some more yarn here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next set of stitches, we have 3 singles and 2 doubles. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 doubles. 1 and 2. And we're going to end with 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those are our repeat stitches between the brackets. We're going to repeat that 4 more times, and I'll see you at the end of row 13. Okay guys, here I am at the end of row 13, and we're going to end our row the same way as we began it. We're going to end with 2 single crochets and a border stitch. So 1 and 2, and our border stitch. Cut that yarn. The yarn over, pull that through. So that is row 13. And this is what you should be seeing. And we're going to move on to row 14. Okay, here we are at the start of row 14. We're using our color B, which is our pattern color. I'm using red. We're going to start with a border stitch and 2 single crochets. There is my border stitch, 2 single crochets in the back loop only, 1 and 2. And then we're going to move into our repeat stitches. So our first set of stitches, we have 8 singles and 1 double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then 1 double crochet. Five singles, 1 double. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1 double. And we're going to end with 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is our repeat stitches between the brackets, and we're going to repeat that 4 more times, and I'll see you at the end of row 14. Okay guys, here I am at the end of row 14, and we're going to end the same way we began, with 2 single crochets and our ending border stitch. So there's 1 and 2 and our ending border stitch under both loops of that last stitch. We're going to cut that yarn over, pull that all the way through, tighten that up. And that is the end of row 14. And this is what you should be seeing at the end of row 14. And I'll see you at the beginning of row 15. Okay, here we are at the beginning of row 15, and we're using our color A, which is our background color. And we're going to start the row with a border stitch and 2 double crochets. Start with the border stitch. And 2 doubles. One, and 2. Okay, and we're going to begin our repeat stitches between the brackets, and our first set of stitches is 3 doubles and 4 singles. So 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. Our next set of stitches, 1 double, 2 singles. 1 double, and 2 singles. 1, 2. Our next set of stitches, 3 doubles, 2 singles. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 singles, 1, and 2. Our next set of stitches is 1 double and 4 singles. 1 double, 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to end with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. That is what you should be seeing. And now we're going to move on to finish this row. So you're going to repeat those series of stitches between the brackets 4 more times, and I'll see you at the end of row 15. Okay guys, I am at the end of row 15, and we're going to end the row just how we began it, with 2 double crochets and our border stitch. So there's 1 and 2 and our border stitch. And I'm going to cut that yarn. And that is the end of row 15. And this is what you should be seeing. Whoa, sorry about that. And this is what you should be seeing at the end of row 15. So we've got 2 more rows to go, and I will see you at the beginning of row 16. Okay guys, here we are at the beginning of row 16. We're using our color B, which is our pattern color. I am using red. We're going to start this row with our first 3 stitches, which is a border stitch and 2 single crochets. So let's go ahead and do our border stitch. Whoop, lost my yarn here. Here we go. And then 2 singles. 1 and 2. And we're going to move right into our repeat stitches between the brackets. Our first set of stitches is 3 single crochets and 1 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 1 double. Our next set of stitches will be 2 singles and 1 double. 1, 2, and 1 double. Our next set of stitches is 2 singles, 1 double. It's 1 and 2 and 1 double. Our next set of stitches, 3 single crochets and 1 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 double crochet. our next set of stitches, 2 single crochets, 1 double crochet. So that's 1, 2 singles, and 1 double. And our next set of stitches is 2 single crochets and 1 double crochet. So 1 and 2, and then 1 double crochet. And then we're going to end with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And those are our repeat stitches. Go ahead and repeat those stitches between the brackets 4 more times, and I'll see you at the end of row 16. Okay guys, I'm at the end of row 16. We're going to end the row just how we started it, with 2 single crochets and a border stitch. So that is 1, whoop, let's start that again. 2 single crochets and a border stitch. 1, 2, and our border stitch, which goes under both loops of the last stitch. Cut that yarn over, pull that through. So that is the end of row 16, and this is what you should be looking at here. And now we're going to be moving on to row number 17, which is our last row, and I'll see you at the beginning of row 17. Okay, we're at the beginning of row 17. We're using our color A, which is our background color, and we're going to start the row with a border stitch and 2 double crochets. There's our border stitch, and we're going to do 2 doubles. 1 and 2. And then we're going to move right into our repeat stitches, which is so simple. We're going to start with 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 17 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And then we're going to end with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that is what you should be looking at. So we're going to go ahead and repeat those series of stitches between the brackets 4 more times. And I'll see you at the end of our last row, row 17. Okay guys, I'm at the end of row 17, which is our last row in this pattern. And I'm going to end the same way we began the row with 2 doubles and 1 border stitch. So that's 1 and 2 doubles, and then our border stitch. So that is the end of row 17, and that is our finished pattern for pattern number 5. And this is what you should have. So stick with me guys to the end of the video. I'm going to tell you what happens next in your Lapghan. So now we're going to go into our repeat of all the patterns. So that's the next step. Be right back. Okay guys, so before you move on to your repeat patterns, here's a couple of reminders. You are going to want to tie the ends on the right side of your piece. Don't forget to do that. I do that as I crochet with each pattern. So this is where we have ended. So your next step, and I'm gonna post this right here so you can pause the video. This is how you're gonna repeat the patterns to finish your Lapghan. So you're gonna repeat now. We stopped here. So you're going to do your 5 accent rows. You're going to repeat pattern number 4, which is this pattern. And then you're going to do your 5 accent rows again. And then you're going to repeat pattern number 5, which is the pattern we just finished. And then you're going to do your 5 accent rows again. And then you're going to repeat pattern number 4. And you're going to do your 5 accent rows again. And then you're going to repeat pattern number 1. Repeat pattern number 2. And then repeat pattern number 3. So go back to the beginning of this segment, pause the video. I have written it all out so you can write it down. So those are your repeats. And then I did a double border. So give me a little time to finish my repeats, and I will come back and show you a double border on this Lapghan, or you can go to this video right here, which gives you the basics of how to do a double border. And the double border, what that's going to do, it's going to hide all these ends for you. And it also just makes a lovely frame on the Lapghan. I really love the double border. And that's the back of the double border. It's not very hard to do, but I'll come back once I finish this one and show you how to do that. So that is the last video of this series. I just want to thank you all very much for coming along. If you have questions about the pattern, please just ask in the comments below. I will get back to you and answer your questions. And I am already started on my next design, so that is a work in progress. And as soon as I am satisfied that the pattern is correct and going to work, I will be posting more videos. So I hope you stick around and continue to join me on these tutorials. We may do things a little different. This is my first video series tutorial, and there is a learning curve here. So be patient with me, and yeah, so I'll see you on the next series. And again, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. See you soon. Bye.